Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. I wanted to share a client, Quinn, and what happened, Quinn. What I wanted to share was I was speaking to this guy. They were having there were relationship issues, and he's been in a relationship for a long period of time. And over a period of time, they'd got a dog, they'd got a house together, and they were living together. And then he discovered that she was having an affair with somebody from work. Things blew up at the time, and she ended up moving out. So moving in with the guy she was cheating on with. And as time went on, he was upset because this had happened. He'd been cheated on. He actually wanted her back. So when we initially spoke, he said, how do I get her back? And I was like, you need to let go of this woman, and this is not a woman for you. She's obviously mistreated you. You're already in a sexless relationship. You don't want her back. But essentially, the real issue was that he just could not really attract another woman, or he didn't feel that he was worthy to attract another woman. So he felt like it's better the devil that you know, which is a sad place to be, I think, for any man, that if you do not know how to attract women in general, it really lowers your value within your relationship. So it's a very important part of being in a relationship that firstly, you want to be able to attract your partner. That's the main thing. So you want to have, the good body language, great grooming, looking attractive, dressed properly, dressed correctly, dressed in a way that's quite sexy as well for her. But at the same time, the byproduct of it is that you are essentially also be attracting other women, because you're showing all those elements, or at least those things that would attract women. Very important things that you need to keep within your relationship. Most people discard that because they think, okay, I've got the woman, we're in love, we're married, we've got children. Then they don't make the effort. And then when you stop making the effort, then she doesn't really realize. She can't pinpoint and say, oh, because you're not putting that aftershave on, that's the reason why I don't like you. It's just that steady decline of things that you don't do anymore because you don't feel like you don't need to be able to attract a woman. So that's probably what the process that happened within the relationship. Her cheating was probably some personality issue that she had. So anyways, this happened. We started talking. He was talking about how can he get her back, and he was so desperate to get her back. Is that when a few times that she fought with the new boyfriend, and this is the all-time low when it comes to any guy. I don't think I would ever find myself in this situation, but if I did, this would be the craziest part. And by the way, I did ask for permission, just in case you're wondering. I don't share people's stories or share people's private stuff unless I ask for permission, because I thought there was some good learning lessons from it. So don't feel like he knows, he's probably going to listen to it, and yeah. So anyways, that was like the lowest thing that would have ever happened, was the fact that she started ringing him and saying, we have had a fight, and she asked him to come back and sleep over at that house. Now, that for me is strange. He pays full mortgage. She's not even on the house, from what he says. So the house is generally going to be his. So she said, can I move back so while things are blowing over? And he brought it in. And now this is a good guy. So personally, I'll be like, fuck off, you bitch. Sleep on the streets. But he's a better man than I am, and he took her in, and that was a slippery slope, because now every time that they fight, she was coming back to this place, and then she would even barge in and come in times when, because he just did not respect any of his boundaries. Now, this is an important lesson, that throughout his relationship, he didn't establish boundaries, and then she would go over those boundaries. And this is one other thing that keeps many guys within a sexless relationship, is that if you've never established boundaries, you always find that person will always push those boundaries. Because again, you're the fish that's already caught, so there isn't that much excitement in terms of having you. I mean, once got a fish for my daughter, and once you buy the fish and you have them and they're there, all they do is swim, and there's nothing more exciting than, it's not like a dog. A dog will have this personality and all every. But point being that to keep her sexually excited, to keep her excited within the relationship, you have to. I forget my trail of thought here, but anyways, so this guy, she was coming and taking over the house, and she would go back to this guy, and this was quite traumatizing because now all of a sudden he's reliving this relationship that is not a relationship, that is his ex, but she's now with somebody else. And I said to him, if she's coming home that frequently, you have to tell her that you're dating somebody and that person is coming when they come over. And he said, I don't have anyone. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm scared to talk to women. I can't go out on dates. I've tried Tinder. I've tried all these other things that you should. By the way, another note, don't try Tinder. Don't go on Tinder. Tinder is for weak men. And it's only weak men that you find on Tinder. People that are high values, people that are going places, people that are ambitious, approach on the street. You approach in the supermarket. You approach when you're... That's for you guys that are single. So, yeah, don't go for it. So, anyways, I said, if you cannot do all of that and you don't find yourself, the best way to get her back, which I didn't want him to get her back, or the best way to even get rid of her is get somebody to come in and said, I don't even know who I can get. I said, do you have got any female friends? Have you got anybody that, like a co-worker that you can... And we tried to work through some, like a list of women that he could potentially bring that she didn't know, that would sort of pretend to be his girlfriend, just so either he can... Anyway, the real crux of it was to get rid of her for good, or get her to be attracted, which would have boosted his confidence. And anyways, I said, I think you're better off just calling an escort. Now, I know some of you guys will be like, oh God, why would you call an escort? That's disgusting. And whatever you feel about it, I thought there was an end to a means. And to be honest with you, I didn't even think he was going to do it. I just thought, I'll put that out there. Call an escort. If she's there, she's chilling around, you say, you know what, I got a date. She's going to come over. I'll go to the bedroom, so you don't have to worry. You can just stay here, down here. And then once we've hanged out in my bedroom, we're going to go. I'm not even going to tell her I'm going to have sex. All I'm going to say is we're going to hang out in the bedroom. That will just let her mind go crazy. So anyways, he did this. She was over there, said there's somebody coming over. She didn't even believe that he was coming over. So he got ready, looked fresh, looked clean, looked smart. And then he invited her in, and she looked hot. She looked amazing. Obviously, to pay to get her in, which was the cost. But she walked in, she said hello, pleasantries, and then they walked straight to the bedroom. Obviously told her, this is what's going on. She's my ex. I just wanted to make her feel jealous and so on. And then he said, yeah, from here, we're just going to go for a drink. I don't know what they said anyways. So they did that, spent about 30 minutes inside the bedroom. She obviously thought that they were having sex. I don't know if they did. Then they both walked out, and in the premise of, we're going to go for dinner now, and left her. And I kid you not, within 4 days, she had broken up with her boyfriend, and she wanted to move back in permanently. And she wants him back. She wants the relationship back. And he said no, and he's in the process of changing the keys, and he's told her that he doesn't want to see her back. He's now inadvertently, the escort thing actually helped him to actually realize that there's actually opportunities for him to meet women and go and see people. Now, obviously, I don't want him to go and see escorts because that defeats the object, because he's not that type of person. And I'm not going to judge anyone who does, but it's not a sustainable way of having relationships. It's like manufactured relationship. That on its own would ruin you as a person when you experience a manufactured relationship. So it's not somewhere I would go, and something that I was weary to suggest. But in this case, I suggested it, he acted on it, and it goes to show that sometimes some of you guys are in a sexless relationship because your partner thinks you're not capable of attracting other women. The moment she knows that you can attract other women, she's going to be on you consistently. So it's an important lesson, and hopefully that has been impactful for you guys, because I did share with him and I said I was going to do a podcast episode about this. So hopefully you take it what you will. Please, again, I know some of you guys judge won't like the fact that he hired an escort, but I think there was an ends to it means, and you can see that there was some social dynamic things that we're trying to play with to get to a means to an end. The fact that she was now chasing him was a push that he needed not to be attracted to her anymore, which is a massive step, because he was proper cling on, like on her. So it was nice to see that reverse, that he actually, that whole interaction, realized that, okay, I'm not really interested in her anyway. So it was a good way of moving on. So thank you very much for listening, guys. I'll be speaking to you soon. Take care.